Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready for another deep dive?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. Today we're going to be looking at two AI models,
Wrapped up?
DeepSeek and ChatGPT. And we're going to try to figure out what's the difference
Yeah.
between these two?
hmm
What can they do, and what
Yeah.
kind of impact are they going to have on the world?
Absolutely. I think that's a really important question. And I think it's something that a lot of people are really fascinated by right now.
Yeah, yeah. So we actually had some experts talking about this recently,
What's I?
and we're gonna go through what they said and kind of break it down.
Excellent. I'm excited to hear what they had to say.
Yeah. So to start things off, maybe we could just for the listeners who aren't super familiar with this,
Sure.
can we just give like a quick definition
Yeah.
of DeepSeek and ChatGPT? Like
Yeah,
what are they in a nutshell?
absolutely. So, at their core, both DeepSeek and ChatGPT are AI models, but they function in different ways. DeepSeek is a model that can process both text and images, and it excels at visual reasoning, like understanding the context of an image and connecting it with related text. ChatGPT, on the other hand, is a large language model. So it's really good at processing and generating text, like writing different creative text formats, poems, code, scripts, musical pieces, emails, letters, and all sorts of things.
So ChatGPT is like more like focused on language, and
Exactly.
then DeepSeek is like,
It's multimodal.
yeah, multimodal.
It can look at both images and text.
Right, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, if you're reading a book, that's kind of like ChatGPT. And
Okay.
if you're watching a movie, that's kind of like DeepSeek because
Uh,
it's got the visuals and it's got the audio, or I guess in this case the text.
Right. Yeah, that's a great analogy. I think that really helps to illustrate the key difference between these two models.
Cool, cool. So, okay, so we kind of got a basic understanding
Yeah.
of what they are.
Yeah.
What can they do? Like, what are they good at?
Well, they're both really good at a lot of things. Let's start with DeepSeek.
Okay.
So the experts were talking about how DeepSeek, because it can understand images,
Yeah.
is really great for things like medical diagnostics.
Oh, wow.
So imagine, a doctor is looking at a medical scan and they're
Yeah.
trying to figure out, what's going on.
Yeah.
DeepSeek can actually help them to see patterns in the images that they might not be able to see with their own eyes.
That's incredible. Like it can spot things that humans might miss.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that could be really, really important for things like early diagnosis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Catching things early when they're more treatable.
Absolutely. That's a huge thing
Right.
right there.
Absolutely. And the experts were also saying that DeepSeek is really good for things like autonomous vehicles
Right.
because it can integrate like the information from road signs
Right.
with like, spoken commands or other things.
So it can like actually understand what a stop sign means,
Exactly.
not just see that it's red and octagonal.
That's right. It's actually understanding the context of what it's seeing.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is. And then ChatGPT, on the other hand,
Yeah.
is really good at things like communication and language.
Okay.
So it's really useful in things like education.
Uh-huh.
So you can have these like interactive learning experiences
Oh, interesting.
with ChatGPT. It can be used for content creation
Okay.
to help writers generate ideas or get over writer's block.
That would be so helpful.
And can also be really useful in business for things like automating customer service.
Oh, okay. So it's like having a super smart assistant that
Exactly.
can help you with all sorts of stuff.
That's right. And the experts were saying that it's actually really good at some of these things. Like it can write a pretty decent poem, it can help you debug code. It's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
Right.
What it can do.
So it sounds like both of these AI models have like a lot of potential
Yeah.
to really like change things up in different fields. But with all this power, I mean, does anyone have any concerns about these models?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And the experts definitely touched on some of the ethical considerations
Okay.
that come with powerful AI.
Yeah.
One of the things they talked about was, the concern that AI might surpass human intelligence and
Yep.
become uncontrollable.
Right. That's like the classic sci-fi kind of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. But the experts were generally pretty optimistic. They
Mm.
emphasized that AI is a tool, right?
Yeah.
It's how we use it that determines whether it's a force for good or bad.
Right. That makes sense.
And they really emphasized the importance of transparency in AI development, accountability, making sure that we're using AI in ethical ways and that we're training it on unbiased data
Okay.
to prevent misuse and bias. Yeah, that's really important. I mean, we don't want to create AI that's
Yeah.
just going to perpetuate the problems that we already have.
Exactly. And I think that's a big part of the discussion right now is how do we ensure that AI complements human effort
Right.
rather than replacing it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. So what about the future? Like, where do these experts see AI going from here?
Well, they predict that we're going to see the development of these hybrid AI models that can combine reasoning,
Oh,
perception, and action.
so taking the best of both worlds and
Exactly.
putting it all together
Yeah.
into one super AI.
And one expert even suggested that AI might evolve to understand human emotions,
Oh,
which
yeah.
would lead to much more personalized interactions.
That's a little bit creepy, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. And I think the key takeaway from all of this is that the future of AI
Hmm.
really lies in responsible development and a focus on how we can use AI to benefit society.
Right, right. It's not just about making AI smarter. It's about making it more human in a way.
Exactly. More beneficial, more ethical.
Yeah. Okay, so just to recap, DeepSeek and ChatGPT are two very different but
Yes,
very powerful AI models. DeepSeek is all about that visual reasoning, understanding images and text together. ChatGPT is the language master.
that's right.
And the experts seem to think that AI has a huge potential to change the world. But we need to be careful about how we develop it and use it.
I think that's a perfect summary.
So one last question for you before we go. If AI could actually understand human emotions, like that expert was saying,
Yeah.
what what kind of new possibilities do you think that would open up? That's something for you all to think about. And that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.